What's up, YouTube? Brian here with Team D-Boyz Infinity. I'm here with my bro Casey. How you doing tonight, Casey?
Good, man. How are you?
What'd you do this past weekend?
I got ninth place at the PPG event at the TCG-Con.
And what'd you play?
I played Adventure Spright with some interesting, I think it's a pretty interesting take on the deck, and some interesting tech cards. So I thought we would share the deck.
You got any shout-outs?
Yeah, shout out to Dank Ritual. Some of the best TCG accessories in the game. I mean, this is the new single player cloth that just came out about a month ago. You guys should check it out. Check out all their socials, Dank Ritual on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And shout out to Team Scheme and Dabbers LLC. Other than that, let's get into the deck profile.
Yep.
So for Spright cards, pretty standard. Just 3 blue, 3 jet, kind of one red, 1 carrot. Nothing to explain there. The 3 starter, 1 smashers. I know a lot of people were playing like multiple smashers to out like Mystic Mine and stuff, and it's pretty nice in the grind game, but I didn't see a need for it in testing, so we just played 1. Then of course played the frogs, 3 swap, 1 Ronin, standard. Adventure package, 3 enchantress, 1 griffin, 3 right, 1 fateful, 1 Draco back. Shout out to the 0 Draco back that I got at the event. It took me way too long to find one. And then on to like the interesting side of the deck. Like I didn't play. There's no hand traps in my deck at all. It's 41 cards, no hand traps at all. Just a bunch of good cards like this one. Mystic Mine, set rotation, and set rotation is because I also played this engine, Lily Bell with Light Stage. This card won me at least 4 games by itself, just locking out Super Poly, locking out Smashers in the mirror. And then Lily Bell being a free level 2 body, it's solid. I'd definitely play it again. And this card, hope they ban it.
Yeah, that card definitely needs to get banned.
And then I played 2 talents and a call by. I was playing 3 of this card, but like I wasn't sure. Like I expected at the top tables a lot of the better players to like kind of be doing what I'm doing and kind of cut back on hand traps, because hand traps don't really do anything to tier element, because I don't know. I just felt that hand traps weren't good, so I just decided to go with like board breakers and power spells like this card, Dark Ruler. And then we got the card that digs for these cards, 3 Prosperity. If your deck can play this, you probably should. Card's unfair.
Alright, if your deck can play that card, you absolutely have to.
And then the last 2 cards, 40, 41. I wish I would have played 3 of this card. I actually, at the event, was missing 1 sleeve. I would have played 42 and played a 3rd one, because this card was insane. Econ, hands down, won every game I saw it. It actually was a mine out at one point for me. I mean, it was just it did everything. I mean, when they try to go like battle, because like a lot of times like people were playing Pank and things like a cheap normal summon to normal and like crash your elf so that they can like out the board easier. But like this just like flipping it to defense, they waste their battle phase. So this card's just like a threatening roar and a econ widow anchor all in one. So
Yeah, that's such a versatile card.
yeah, and that's what I wanted. Like I just like I wanted a bunch of cards that were like either even trades with my opponent, which the Adventure engine I think is the best engine in the game for like a simplified game state, because like it's just really good to like simplify the game state and Zeus them for their life and then activate rights. It's pretty solid. So that's it for the main deck, 41 cards. And then for the extra deck, best token in the game, shout out to my sons. Love them with all my heart. Adventure token, pretty cool. Yeah. For the extra deck, we go rank 2s. Played the 2 Gigantics. Played the 1 Onibaru. Back and forth, this is like the 15th slot. I've went between Djinn Buster, Onibaru, Arya. There's a bunch of different cards that have been in this flex spot, but I feel like this is the one that just does the most generically. And then Hip Toad, mandatory, Cavalry. I think this is the best Zeus fodder for this deck in my opinion. And then Downer Zeus. And then for links, I played an Access Code, Unicorn, Phoenix. I was playing some other cards in the extra deck, and I cut it for this Phoenix. This Phoenix was this was crazy all day. I'm really glad I played it. And then IP, Dark, and then I actually played 3 elf. A lot of people just play 2, but in testing, me and my friend Jafar and a couple other people were, putting a lot of time and effort into this deck, and it came up so many times, especially in like grindy mirror matches, where like if you had a 3rd elf, you would just win. So I decided to play it, and it came up at least 3 times through the whole tournament. So
Yeah, that card's crazy.
Yep.
It's definitely, I think it's the best card in the deck.
Yeah, I think it's got kind of like a Nightmare Mermaid syndrome. It's pretty splashable, and I don't know, it's pretty good. And then for the side deck, this was what I thought was kind of interesting about my list as well. I played 3 a pointer. I played 2 evenly and a reboot for back row. I played 3 lightning storm. So like, I was fairly certain most people were going to be playing Mystic Mine at the tournament, and I was right. I got mined at like 7 times, and every single time I won the games that I got mined, and then vice versa, the games that I mined them, I won. So I just feel like you have to be prepared for the card as long as it's in the game, because there's no reason not to play it if it's not banned. So yeah, and then a duster. I wanted a 7-card side pattern that beat back row decks in mine. So, and then I played another card, Pank. This card was really good for me. It overperformed. It trades into Zeus really, really well. I think it's really underrated in the format. Played a red resonator. I know time rules suck, but you gotta have a win con, man. And then the last 3 cards, so I knew about, this was like prior to the Rio event, but I was aware of the spell canceller thing that people were doing. So the only hand trap I opted to play in the side was Crow, because majority of the time they don't have any disruptions or anything to impede when they go Dugaris and then they try to summon back the canceller. You just Crow the canceller, and then like the whole deck is turned on because it's all power spells. So I just didn't want to lose to anything cheesy like that, so I sided Crow. Plus Crow has a lot of versatile overlap in the format with like Spright and Tier Element. So yeah, that was the deck. Appreciate you guys watching, and stay tuned. We're going to be traveling to a lot more events here soon, and hopefully we'll have some more content for you guys to watch. And that's Casey signing out.
Thank you, Casey. And this has been Brian here with Team D-Boyz Infinity. Peace.